This is Jerry Show, and today we're going to talk about DSLR monitors or external monitors. I have the Movo. This is the LVM-7 7-inch monitor, and it does run off of battery. This is it's an off-brand, but it works pretty good. The real brand they suggest using is Sony. The size of the battery is the F330 or the F550 or the F570. So you can put some pretty thick, heavy-duty batteries on the back to give it pretty long battery life. So on the top, not a whole lot. Just got some more venting going on than the Movo. On the bottom, do have a 1/4-inch tripod mount. They do include a hot shoe, or this ball head. I call them like a ball head, because you can adjust the monitor. It is metal in there, and I think it's like metal on metal, and you can see just from the adjustments I've done, it's starting to get scraped up. So you may want to think about getting a different ball head just to be sure, something a little bit more heavy duty. But let me go ahead, I'll screw it in there and then tighten this up. Then you have a ball head, and like I said, you got to get it real tight. And it may move around, especially the other day I was using it. It was moving around. I had to tighten it up quite a bit. But a new ball head would take care of that. And we do have that mount there on the bottom. So take the camera and put it right there on top of your camera. So this also does come with a power cord. And the power cord just plugs in right there. But I like to use it on top of my camera via battery. So I'll kind of demonstrate it with the battery, and we'll turn it on. Real quick, I wanted to cover the sunshade that comes with this, because the sunshade is awesome. It's one of the best sunshades I've had with the monitor. There's another one that I like a little bit more, but I accidentally had this sitting on a case and I threw something on it, and these snaps right here, what they do is they snap into the side like that, and then they have these rivets. Well, on this side it snapped off in there because I threw something on top of it, so that's kind of my fault, and I don't not really sure how to fix it, or if I would, so that's kind of a bummer, because it actually worked really good, the sunshade, compared to some of the other ones that I've seen. So as you can see, I turned it on there. It says no signal, and we'll go ahead and hook up the GH4 to it so you can get an idea of what this looks like. So like I said, it's kind of a longer cord here. I was planning to use this monitor not exactly close to the camera, but you can mount it on the camera as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn it on. And we have no SD card. Let me go ahead and get an SD card in there real quick. And there we go. So now the lens on here, I'm kind of in a low light room right now, so I'm actually gonna have to turn that shutter speed way down and the ISO way up. And let me see if I can flip my screen upwards so you can see it. Okay, so you should be able to see it right now. And let's see here. This does record, or it does display in all of the different recording formats, so I can record in 4K with this. It will say that it's probably going to degrade the 4K to 1080 or whatnot, but it still will show you. Let me go ahead and switch this to manual, because the focus on this, I'm pretty close to the I'm getting the cover in the eye hole there. Go ahead and focus in on that USB port. It's as close as it wants to focus. I gotta pull it back there here. Okay, so there, now there's the screen, and the first we'll go through the different settings on this. We have the mode in the middle there. Then we have the V, and that will actually go through the different, we have HDMI, AV1, AV2 component, so we can select, I want the HDMI. And then this is the power button. Then we have this menu, so we hit menu, and we can go through the different, so we have the sound, we can hook up sound so we can hear the speakers. I wish there were speakers built in though. Clock, options, it gives you different languages, and then we go to picture mode. And picture mode is where you want to go to adjust it the best you can to the back of the monitor on your DSLR. So we can go through by mode user, and we got color, temperature, medium. We can go through, let's see, let me go back here. So color, temperature, medium, oops. Okay, there we go, medium. And then we got warm. And if you look how it's slightly adjusting, then we have user. And user allows you to adjust the colors, and this is what I was trying to do to match it to my monitor on the back of my DSLR, and I'm about as close as I can get. And you can see I have the blues down to 13, the greens up to 68, and the reds at 79. And if you're looking at the back of my monitor there, that's about as close as I could get. Now, when I did this, I was actually outside, and that's where I had done all my balancing of the monitor, and that's what it looks like right there. So you can see the overexposure. I have the zebra on, and we have the focus. You can see the dymo back there. If I were to focus closer, I think I'm too close to that USB for this lens. Yeah. Let me zoom out here just a hair. There we go. There we go. So you can see the grain, but I'm also at, what am I at here? I'm at a ISO 2500, but you can see the monitor looks a little bit grainy, but so go through some of the other options here. We have the color, temperature, like I said, aspect ratio. I have it at 16:9 right now. Oops. I get a little confused sometimes with these buttons. Color, temperature, aspect ratio. Okay, there we go. We have zoom 1, zoom 2. I'm not sure why you'd want to use those. And then we have auto, panorama, point to point, and 4:3, and then auto. I'm just leaving it at 16:9 right there. Noise reduction set to default. We can go to high, middle, low, and off. And the backlight. And the backlight you can play with again to kind of adjust it to your screen. On my DSLR, I'm actually going to turn that up because the colors are a lot more vivid on the screen than this one. But okay, let's see, what other options do we have here? The sound mode, balance, auto volume. I haven't hooked this up using sound yet, but that is possible. And yeah, that's basically that. So overall, it's not a bad monitor, especially for the price. It definitely gets the job done, and you know, it works fairly well. You can see the color matches, you know, pretty decently. But if you want some more fine tuning and things like that, you know, you're probably going to need a little bit more functionality with the monitor. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's the M Audio LVM-7. Thanks for watching.